Hey there! If you've ever wanted to grow your own kale but don't have a huge backyard, I've got good news. Kale actually loves containers, and I'm here to walk you through how to make it thrive, even if you're just starting out. First off, let's talk containers. Go bigger than you think you need. I like to use pots that are at least 12 inches deep and wide, and that is usually just for one or two plants. Kale's roots get busy, and cramped roots mean sad kale. Make sure your container has drainage holes. Soggy soil is a no-go. Next up, soil. Regular garden dirt just won't cut it. You want a good quality potting mix, something loose and rich that drains well. Kale likes soil that has a slightly acidic to neutral pH of 6 to 7. I sprinkle in a handful of slow-release organic fertilizer before planting. Kale's a heavy feeder and it appreciates the boost. Every 7 to 14 days, during the growing season, fertilize your kale with a tablespoon of 5, 10, 10, or a 10-10-10 of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium water-soluble fertilizer mixed with 1 gallon of water. Start your kale indoors about 6 weeks before the last frost, so that your kale matures before the summer heat. You can grow it indoors year-round as long as you give it enough light. Now, whether you're sowing seeds, which you plant about 1/4 to half an inch deep, or transplanting baby kale, don't crowd the plants. Give each one at least 8 to 10 inches of space. And that is only if you are just looking for salad leaves, which most people are. One mature plant needs at least 12 inches between plants. If you pack them too tight, they'll compete for light and nutrients, and you'll end up with spindly leaves, and air circulation prevents fungal disease. Now, here's a biggie: sunlight. Kale loves light, but it doesn't want to roast. Aim for at least 6 hours of sun a day. 8 is best. But if you're in a hot spot where it gets consistently over 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius, give it some afternoon shade to prevent bolting. I keep mine on my patio where it gets gentle morning sun, but is sheltered later on. Kale is a cool weather plant and prefers temperatures that are around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius during the day, and 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius at night. Watering is where a lot of folks trip up. Containers dry out fast, especially in summer. Check your soil daily. If the top inch feels dry, give it a drink, but don't overdo it. Roots sitting in water will rot. I like to water in the morning so leaves have time to dry out during the day. Now, what not to do? Don't ignore pests. Aphids and cabbage worms love kale as much as I do. Inspect the undersides of leaves every few days. If I spot bugs, I just hose them off or use a little neem oil. Growing kale near marigolds, alliums, and thyme help deter pests, and dill attracts beneficial insects that prey on kale pests. But avoid growing near fennel or garlic, which can actually stunt its growth. Stay ahead and you'll avoid a kale catastrophe. And finally, harvest often. Snip off the outer leaves when they're about hand-sized, leaving the inner leaves to continue growing. The more you pick, the more your kale will grow, plus younger leaves taste the sweetest, but never harvest more than 1/3 of the plant at a time. So to sum it up, big pots, rich soil, space to grow, plenty of light, consistent watering, and a watchful eye for pests. Follow these tips and you'll have a steady supply of fresh, homegrown kale, even if all you've got is a balcony. Please like and subscribe to help out my channel. I appreciate it so much, and leave me a comment. Thanks for hanging out, and happy growing.